Hi everyone, this is your math guru. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the following quadratic equations using your quadratic formula. In my first example, I have x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals to 0. To solve using the quadratic formula states that the value of x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. To find what the value of a, b, c is, I'll start by stating the standard quadratic equation, which is your ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. If I relate the standard equation with the formula, I'm going to write the question again. Under that, I have my x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals to 0. You can see that the coefficient of x squared, which is a, is 1. The coefficient of x, which is b, is negative 4. And your constant term c is negative 12. You must always make sure that your equation or your question merges with the standard quadratic equation. So from there, I can state that the value of a is positive 1, that's the coefficient of x squared. The value of b is the coefficient of x, which is negative 4. And my constant term c equals to negative 12. So therefore, going back to the equation, I have to find the value of x. Using my quadratic formula, x will be equal to minus b. Note that if I have a negative value, use your bracket. So that will be negative 4. I have plus or minus the square root of b squared, because there's a negative. I'm going to put that in a bracket. That's negative 4 squared minus then 4 times, I'm going to extend my fraction bar. A is 1 and c is negative 12. All divided by 2 times a is 1. Simplifying further, negative times negative, that's positive, so x becomes 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 all squared, that's 16, plus 4 times 12, that's 48. So that's first 48, 2 times 1, all divided by 2. And simplifying further, I have that as 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 48, that's 64, divided by 2. So therefore, the value of x equals 4 plus or minus square root of 64, that's 8, divided by 2. Now note that you have two answers. Anytime you're solving a quadratic equation, you have two answers because of the plus or minus as shown in your formula. So I'm going to split up my values. For the first one, I have the value of x equals 4 plus 8 divided by 2. Or for the second value, I'm going to use the function at the bottom, which is a minus. X equals minus 8 divided by 2. Therefore, x equals 4 plus 8 is 12 over 2. Therefore, x equals to 6. Or x equals 4 minus 8 is minus 4 divided by 2. So therefore, the second value for x equals to negative 2. Let's look at the second example. My second example, that's b, states that 2x squared minus x equals to 6. Note that we're still using a quadratic formula, and that is the value of x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So going back to the standard quadratic equation, that is, I have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. I'm going to write the question under that. I have 2x squared minus x equals to 6. Note that anytime you have questions in this format, you have to rewrite in the standard form. That is, moving all the terms to one side of the equation, which is the left-hand side in this case, and then equating that to 0. So therefore, I'm going to move my positive 6 to the left-hand side, and that becomes 2x squared minus x minus 6 equals to 0. So from here, I can have the values of a, b, and c. A being the coefficient of x squared, I have a equals to 2. B, coefficient of x, so b equals to -1. And my constant term c equals to -6. So going back to my quadratic formula, I'm going to insert those values. I have the value of x equals -b. Note that b is -1, so I'm going to put that in a bracket, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Because of the negative sign, I'm going to put that in a bracket again, minus 4 times a is 2, c is -6, close bracket, divided by 2 times a. Note that my a is 2. If I simplify further, I have negative times negative, that's positive. So I have 1 plus or minus square root of, I'm going to simplify the value under the roots. So that's 1 plus, I said plus because the negative outside is going to multiply the negative inside the bracket. And negative times negative is positive. So I have 4 times 2, that's 8. 8 times 6, that's 48. Divided by 2 times 2, that's 4. If I go ahead, I have the value of x equals 1 plus or minus square root of 48 plus 1, that's 49, divided by 4. Now note that because of the plus or minus, I'll have two values for x. The first value using the first function, which is positive, I have x equals 1 plus root of 49. I'm going to simplify further here. I have 1 plus or minus root of 49 is 7. That's over 4. So I have the first function, 1 plus 7 over 4, or x equals the second function, 1 minus 7 divided by 4. So for the first value of x, 1 plus 7, that's 8 over 4. I have that as x1 equals to positive 2, or for the second value of x equals 1 minus 7, that's -6 over 4. If I simplify further, x2, the second value of x, equals, dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 2, so that's -3 over 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.